Well, hello everyone, and welcome in to Geek Out Loud on the internets, on the YouTube, on the video. I don't have my trademark sunglasses on, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not being as pretentious as I would like to be, but it is what it is. But speaking of pretentious, that's not a good intro for this guy. I'm just going to bring him right in here, ladies and gentlemen. You know him as the Lord of WGIG, the most listened to man in South Georgia radio, and that's becoming more and more true as the man is branching out across the Southeast. He's going about 60 miles north up to the great city of Savannah, and before you know it, he is going to be the most hated man in the country if things keep going this way. So we're looking forward to that day. But ladies and gentlemen, Scott Ryfun, Lord Ryfun, thank you for being here.
Now, can we clarify the whole Savannah thing?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, I'm going to do some fill-in work in Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like I'm taking over Savannah yet.
But you're getting there.
But no, just I'm doing some fill-in and
well,
it's a cool thing from there.
But it's a great opportunity, is what I'm saying.
It's a brand spreader, which
Mm-hmm.
I think the brand needs to be spread, much like manure.
Yeah.
So,
why not like good butter? Why instead of
that's true.
Yeah, I think that's a tastier analogy. Look, I'm not trying to tell you how to do your job, Scott.
No,
You're a pro. I don't need to tell you. You're
correct.
A pro at this. So correct. The planes that are flying over our head are butter
and manure.
So this is the official video channel of the official podcast. You know it all. But anyhow, look, let's get right into it. I am privileged and proud, and unfortunately, our good friend Shaz Bazaar cannot be here on this particular live stream where no one has joined in thus far. But I do know it's live streaming. I did double check that. So at least no one's commenting if they have shown up. So, but I am privileged to be on a text thread with you guys that sometimes will blow up. Other times we just kind of let it sit dormant. And then today you were like, "Hey guys, let me just blow your minds." And because as people can see behind you, you have reclaimed your office.
Yes.
And you are making it what you want it to be, as far as quality looking goes.
Was that English?
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Basically, I lost my office, my home office, to the Dark Lady of the Sith, and when she moved out, I said, "Well, great! It's time to get all my crap out of storage." Which I have a storage. I've had a storage unit, the same storage unit for, I don't know, over 20 years. And when the Dark Lady of the Sith moved in, I had to move everything else that was in my home office out into the storage unit. So it's crammed. And when she moved out, I said, "Great, I'm going to go get all my crap out of storage." And she said, "Not so fast, Tex. You can redo the room, but you're going to redo it right. Because, it was two of these. It was two of these bookcases, two of those bookcases, two of the other bookcases. You saw it. You were in here.
Yeah.
It was okay, but it wasn't special.
Look, okay. I think that's the key. That's a great way of putting it, as I would expect you to do. You had what we all have at some point, the bookcases, and you had books stacked too deep. Are your books still stacked too deep at this point?
Some of them, but not as many as there were.
Right. And it was kind of like a treasure hunt, looking around your room. There'd be little things here, little things there, but you had a large portion, and I guess you still have a good chunk of it, of especially some of your childhood collection and stuff in storage.
Mm-hmm.
And so you've been going and slowly getting some of that out. You've shared pictures online on your Facebook and on the Instagrams and stuff, or the Twitters, I should say. And you've been showing the different shadow boxes that you have the figures lined up in and stuff, which looks great. It's a great way of displaying figures. And so, But Scott, in all of our lives as kids, maybe it just may be a certain generation of us. We all had that thing that we did use to store stuff and things. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous.
So far, so good.
For me, it was a blue old plastic tackle box. And
Okay.
I carried around Empire Strikes Back trading cards in it. I would carry around some figures in it, that sort of thing. It became kind of the keeper of my trading cards. That particular box did. But you had something similar, and then I had like I had a Tupperware thing that I would keep all my weapons and stuff for my GI Joes in, and all that kind of good stuff. And so I don't think, and what was really cool to me today about what you showed off was there was that connection of, I completely understand what young Scott was doing with this thing and why he had it and what it is. Like the minute I saw it, I knew that, this is something that held some good stuff in there.
Yeah.
And you did not disappoint, sir.
No. And here's a little bit more of the backstory is I've been going back to my storage unit. I've pretty much brought, I'd say all of the books that are coming back. Well, 90% of the books that are coming back are back. I've got one more bookcase to add here, but supply chain issues are interfering with that process.
Yeah.
And, but I've got 7, as you mentioned, the little shadow box cases. I've got 7 of those mounted to the wall. I have every action figure now from the original 12 through Anakin, basically. He's the only Power of the Force 1 figure I've got in there, but everything else vintage Kenner is there. But there are a lot of things that I thought as I was going through the storage unit saying, well, this could be part of the office. This is a thing that could be part of the office. Right. One of those things, I don't know if you can make that out, but at the top of those bookshelves over there, can you see that?
Yeah, hold on. Let me embiggen you. Let's see if I can embiggen you somehow.
Okay.
I don't know if I can do this.
I'll patiently wait in this exact same pose until you do.
There you go. Yeah.
Okay. Right here. Whoop, hang on. Okay. I learned to be a weatherman here.
Lunch
Where's Cam when you need him? Those are lunch boxes. Star Wars and Empire.
Now, hold on a second, Scott. Are those vintage lunch boxes?
They're my lunch boxes.
From your childhood?
Yeah. Thermoses and everything.
I love it so much. I love it so much. One of the great regrets of my life is I loved my Return of the Jedi lunchbox, but it got used. Like, that's all of my lunchbox. I didn't buy my lunchboxes to display. I bought my lunchboxes to use.
Yeah.
And so,
look, you got to understand, I'm a kid who did not eat vegetables. And do I believe in? I don't know if I believe in a thing called love tonight, but I don't believe in a thing called love. But yeah, I mean, look, I don't eat vegetables. I think you're aware of this.
Yeah.
So, school lunches were nothing for me. I couldn't do school lunches.
Agreed.
Between 1st grade and 8th grade, I might have 3 times eaten lunch in the cafeteria.
Straight up.
So I was a lunchbox kid every day. So they got used. But Mom kept everything. Mom saved everything. So I have those. And I found them when I was first emptying out the storage unit. I found those 2, and I knew that there are 3 more. And just yesterday I found another one. And I know that there's still 2 more.
What was the other one you found?
The other one I found is right over here, right there. And it's the red plastic Empire one.
Okay. What's the artwork on that? I mean, I can't make it out here, even if I am big in it.
No, I'm sorry. It's not the Hoth photo. I'm sorry. It's an asteroid. It's Luke. Luke flying. Looks like he's flying towards Hoth. Actually, I was thinking that was the Hoth scene with the 4 of them with the gun. I don't know why it's not that. That's intriguing to me too. And I got to go take a look, see if there's something on the other side.
You don't the old promo picture with the 4 of them where
Luke, that's what I was thinking was on that. Yeah. But anyway, it's a red plastic lunchbox.
Yeah.
I had a Star Wars one, 78, 79, and then 80 comes around. I got the metal Empire one. And then I got a second metal Empire one in 81, and then in 82 I got the plastic one. Leaving 83 for Return of the Jedi.
Right.
So that having been said, I still am missing 1 Metal Empire and 1 Jedi one that I'm not sure where they are. But
So you
that's
did have the Empire one you have up there right now, is it the one with Luke on Dagobah, or is it the one with them in the Falcon?
yeah, it's Luke on Dagobah. Well, the Falcon one's painted. It's like
Okay.
paintings.
Right.
The Luke Dagobah one's photos. So there are two different
Okay.
ones. And yeah, I've got the one with the photos here. The painted one is somewhere in that storage unit, but a storage unit, you've seen the storage unit.
Mhm, mhm.
And you've cursed me for many times over the storage unit. So
Scott,
um
I'm looking right now. Let me see if I can, I'm trying to do all kinds of things that
uh,
I'm not good enough to do here. Let me open this image here.
let me
And
entertain
this,
you.
I think this is the one, that you were thinking about here, that you had,
Which one?
that one there.
Now, see, that's what I felt like I have, but that's
Mhm.
not that's not what's sitting on the shelf over there that I brought home yesterday.
Well, and that's not the one
And
that,
that's the one I feel like I had.
yeah, that's
Hang
not
on
the
a second.
one.
Hey, talk amongst yourself. Hang
Okay.
on.
That's not even the promo image I was thinking of. I was thinking of a promo image where they're all kind of standing there together. I vaguely remember this promo image, um, from the from Empire Strikes Back. When Scott gets back, I will regale us all with the tales of my, um, with the tales of my particular bent of I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying to produce and do this. Whoa now. Whoa now. Hold on. I was sitting over here talking and I totally missed a man jumping up and down trying to get stuff down. There, that is the Star Wars lunchbox I'm familiar with.
Yeah.
He's calling it the Wookiee Stein effect. The Wookdella effect.
but I don't, here's the thing. Now, as I look at this,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think this was the lunchbox. I don't know why this was in my storage. This is not, I must have gotten this at a garage sale or given to me or something.
That's like Luke going toward Dagobah there, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But this is not mine. This is not
Okay.
I had that one you were showing.
Yeah. And the one I'm showing, that promo picture wasn't even the promo picture I was thinking of.
Oh, it was exactly the one. Yeah.
There was another promo picture, with all of them on Hoth, where they're kind of, it almost looks like, well, they're bunched up together. They're not in a lined up like
Mhm.
that.
Mhm.
But I don't even know how I would find that to show everyone what I'm talking about.
Now, see, this is my original Star Wars lunchbox.
Yes. Dude, I mean, that looks to be in great shape. There's not a lot of rust.
Well, when you open it up, you know what? I remember though, in 78, they reissued it with graphics on the sides, if I remember right.
Mm-hmm.
Or 79, I'm sorry, 79, they reissued it. But Mom,
Right.
I was like, Mom, she's like, it's the same lunchbox, just stick with it. So I did. Now, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready for this?
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So there's your thermos for your Empire box.
For an Empire box, yeah, there's a Star Wars thermos. A
Wow.
little crack in it.
Scott, I'm going to tell you something straight up. I don't know that I've ever seen a Star Wars thermos from a Star Wars lunchbox.
This one's got a crack in it now.
I think that's a first for me. Where's the crack? It looked like it was on the blue part.
It is. It
Okay.
is.
Huh.
Yeah, it's right there, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame.
That crack is whack.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That crack is whack.
That's a shame. But yeah, so they got this I found in the storage unit. And as I said, I knew there were several others. And now I know there's another one that I got to go find. So I still got 3 more out there. But then there's this Empire one.
Right. Okay. Yeah.
I love that shot. You don't know how much I love it. And and I've talked to people who insist that the Imperial attack base should be a rebel base. But I'm going to tell you something.
One of those people.
Let me tell you something. There's nothing I like more than Imperials on Hoth.
Right.
So you want to give them their own pad? I'm good with it.
Dude, when there's the shot of Vader walking into the rebel base, surrounded by all the snow walls and everything, is just so cool to me.
I love that.
Him walking those halls is just absolutely a wonderful shot. The side of your Empire box there, well, after you open it up and see what's up in there. Oh, gosh. Wonderful. There's one of the shots on the side was like the vintage, was the first, that one right there. Yeah, that right there. That was card number 1 of the Empire trading cards.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. The checklist.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So no, it was the end. It was like the cover card. It was like the cover page of the card.
Okay.
So, yeah. Oh, nice. Is that
Macquarie
Macquarie work, or is that
that's Macquarie? Pretty sure it's Macquarie. Yeah, that's Ralph.
Wow.
And then 3PO and R2 on the top.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, so I mean, so these things are great. And what I decided I would do is just put those along the top on the bookcase over there.
Perfect. Yeah.
Because I thought I had 3 more, but apparently I've got 4 more because now I've got this, and this is not my original one. Bullies hated those metal lunch. Absolutely they did, because you could clock people with them.
Right.
You are absolutely right. So anyway, this all having been said, this led to me spending more time in the storage unit.
Mm-hmm.
And I started picking through things. And then as I was picking through some things, and I was kind of doing like a cursory thing. And as I started going through, I started going, you know what? There are some things in here that I can now at 51 do without. And so I said, you know what? I'm just going to start going through everything.
Yeah.
So I'm spending like 3 hours a day out there right now.
What I love is the view into the mind of Scott circa 1999. With all the food promo stuff and pizza boxes and Taco Bell boxes and everything.
I was like, we're getting new Star Wars. I'm putting it all. I'm getting it all. And I'm holding on to it.
Yeah.
Wherever.
Yeah. I was that way. I was that way with 20 years ago with Attack of the Clones, just because I didn't get to do all that with Phantom Menace. Because I was not settled and stable anywhere in the world at that point.
Yeah.
And so
you're really stable now.
Well, you know what I mean, as far as being settled into a place where that I could call home.
Yeah.
I was still kind of in my college travel years or whatever, from jumping from apartment to apartment and job to job. So but so I did that with Attack of the Clones. I mean, I ended up with oh my gosh, the promotional stuff from Walmart, where they put stuff on the end caps and aisles to like the cardboard stuff and everything. I have the Yoda stand up to promote the DVD. I had it for the longest time. A lot of that I've given to my friend Lucas, just because I realized he does such a good job of using all that stuff in his space that I'm like, I'll never use it the way he does. So,
I have a robust, and I've realized in there now, I have a robust collection of book dumps. They'd have like a character and he would have like a book container or something. And I didn't save the dumps themselves, but any of the characters that were attached to them, a lot of 3POs, some Vaders, a Leia. I have a bunch of that stuff out there in the storage unit. I haven't really pulled a lot of that out. But yeah, like the Burger Kings, I got episode 3 Burger King hangers that I was putting up today on Twitter.
Now, Scott, you made a joke the other day. And I feel like it was a true story.
Okay.
Do you have the rooftop Vader from Burger King?
Yeah.
I thought I remember you telling me you had that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, the giant rooftop Vader. In fact, I had to sit on him a little bit today because I was trying to get back there in the back of the storage. I'm trying to work back forward.
What?
What? But it's and I'll tell you, that story was just simply we had admired it, and Ryan dumpster dove it and called me up.
Threw it away.
Yeah, they threw it. Wow. They either threw it away or were gonna throw it away. Anyway, Ryan wound up with it, and he's like, "Do you want this?" And I said, "Sure." And he goes, $50. And I said, "All right, $50." So for $50, I got.
Do they even have one of those at Rancho Obi-Wan?
I don't know. It's a good question.
Huh?
I don't know.
Well, I mean, that's a fascinating thing. If I ever get my toy store up and running, it has a home on top of it.
It'll be on the roof.
That's right.
Just make sure to take it down if a hurricane comes or something.
Sure,
I don't want to lose it.
No,
I don't want to blow away.
No, we'll tie it down well and bring it down every night. We'll bring it in every night.
So my mission's kind of evolved into, I'm going to go through everything and decide what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep.
Sure.
And I've thrown away
pizza boxes.
No. Those are not the things I've thrown away. That's the stuff you keep. What are you talking about?
I've thrown away silver coins. I've thrown away.
lot of dollar bills for some reason.
A lot of $2 bills that
gold bars.
Yeah.
Like,
what is this crap doing in here?
Yeah. That's not the important stuff. If it's a Star Wars gold bar, sure. But no, so I've been going through all of that, and but the mission has kind of been twofold. One, I'm looking for the rest of those lunch boxes, and two, I was looking for this thing. And part of it, I was talking to you as I was assembling this action figure Justice League over here on my wall, and I was kind of going, I want to put props there, but you think replicas are okay? And you were like, yes, replicas are fine. And so okay, replicas are fine. But I knew that I had a box, and I was looking around the house because I kept saying to myself, I don't think I would ever put this in storage. I don't think this is a thing I would put in storage. I'm looking all over that. I can't find it. I go in storage today, and I'm deep into storage. I'm on the back wall, and I'm digging deep into a box, and I find this.
There it is.
This is what I've been looking for a couple of weeks now.
Yeah.
And it was deep in the storage. Somehow it was deep. I still don't understand why it's deep. My wife keeps throwing out these weird, suggestions as to why it might be deep in there, but none of those make any sense. But
it's like when you're panning for gold, it's the heaviest thing and it just drifts to the bottom.
I think a lot of it is when you get into shove everything in there mode, you kind of stop caring where you put things. You just put them in there.
Right.
And you go, I'll remember that later. And then you don't.
Well, sure. Yeah. There's stuff that I've got even in this house that I'll open something up and realize, oh, I did not remember I had this thing on here. Well, before I get you to open that box and start to go through it, one of the things that you were looking for when you started doing all this stuff is you said, hey, what about stands for these figures? And I'm pointed you in a certain direction, but I want to give a shout out to listener and friend of the show, Mark All, who has an Etsy shop, All the Small Things Art.
Oh,
and he had, I don't know if the promo code's still going or not. I should have made a video and shown it, but I will pull up his Etsy store here. And this is one of the things that he makes. This is a 3D printed figure stand. And this is the Rebel version. And this is the Imperial version. And as you can see, because they're hexagonal, you can put them together and they won't be in each other's way as they stand. You can kind of, if you've got a more freestanding area, they work. He's got another one that has the Boba Fett's Death's head, and he's got a stand that you can put the Han and Carbonite on from the Slave One or Boba Fett's ship, and stand Boba Fett next to
fire
him.
spray.
That's fun, yeah. And then he also has, and I ordered this from him, a great stand that will stand up your Slave One or Boba Fett's fire spray. That just looks, it's a phenomenal stand. And let me see if I can pull up a picture of that right now. All the Small Things Art at Etsy. And let me come over here to share this with everybody.
Well, Steve, I appreciate you telling me all about this after you talked me into buying hundreds of those other ones.
Well, here's the thing, Scott. I didn't know at the time what he had going on, but you can see the way this thing fits in there. Everyone's familiar with the underside of the with the Slave One there like that.
Oh, am I ever?
And it rests up against the front, and he's got a great decal, on it. Oh, there we go. That's better. And it says Slave One, Boba Fett Starship. And it's just it's a wonderful stand. It's a wonderful piece. It's on my shelf over there now. And I've got the Boba Fett stand with already displayed with Boba Fett and in Han and Carbonite. So I don't have I can't get to them right now where I'm at, but it's a really great display piece. So
that's nice.
So
after I spent all that money.
Well, here's the thing. If you've got, I don't know if you've got a Slave One or not, Scott, or a fire spray.
Yes, I do. And I was just looking at it the other day. It's in storage, and guess what it has inside it?
Of course it does.
Yes.
Well, here's the thing: you can still get the Boba Fett stand with the Han Solo deal and display those two things side by side.
Let me ask you this: does Mark make a stand for the Probot from the Turret Probot set.
I've not seen such a thing, but Mark, that would be a great idea.
Well,
if you
there's a
don't have the
guy-
Rebel, if you don't have the Rebel base, but you do have the Probot from it.
No, the Probot's from Turret Probot set.
Right.
Turret Probot set.
Oh, Turret Probot set, is that what you call it?
That's what they called it. The
Okay.
Turret Probot playset.
All right. Right. Are you sure that's what they called it?
Yeah, I bought it.
I had it too. I still have it.
That's not the attack base. That's the
Right.
Turret Probot set.
Thank you, Scott. Turret and Probot play set.
Yeah.
Okay. I just always called it the Rebel base.
Yeah, no, it's there's no base there. It's a turret and a Probot.
I understand, Scott. I'm just telling you what I always called it growing up as a kid. I was a child. I was 4, 5, 6 years old. So that's kind of how it's done. But if you don't have the turret and the rest of the playset and all you have is the Probot, you probably do need a stand.
But here's the thing. They make stands for it. I know I saw one on eBay because I almost bought it. And I've been buying these little backers for my figures that have like the racetrack stripes on them and everything.
Right.
And I even got one and the original colors of the card backs, that the characters were on. And I even got a Dianoga one.
Oh.
And I've got him in the display cases.
Nice.
But then I recently got a Probot backer.
Oh, sweet.
So if Mark makes a stand for the Probot, then I can put him in front of the Probot backer.
Nice. I like it.
So
that's cool.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So
well,
Mark,
what I like is
the Probot.
What I like is what Mark has going on. All the small things art over at Etsy. And what I like is he does a lot of things for more vintage style type hobbies. So he's got a lot of Masters Universe stuff, stands and that sort of thing for Masters Universe. As I showed you, the 3D printed Star Wars figure stands.
They're adorable.
They're great, man. And the just a lot of cool stuff over there. So check him out. The promo code to get 15% off the entire shop is Geeks Save. So there's 2 S's there in the middle. Geeks Save. And that's Etsy shop, all the small things art. So check them out. We'll have a link down in the description later on. So good to see Lisa in the chat. Our good friend Lisa Cipher. Mark's here. He says he can probably make it happen when it comes to the Pro stand. So
awesome.
That's awesome. So good deal. All right. So you had your blue box.
Yes.
And then the text thread began to come through.
Yes.
And so, and here is what I love so much about, and this is why I wish we were able to have Shaz with us here, because he was just as invested in it as me. And because as you're watching it, as you see it happen, you realize that, oh my gosh, I recognize all of these things. And I don't recognize them because I'm some collector who studies rebelscum.com all the time or whatever the case may be. I recognize them because these were integral parts of my childhood.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, it's just like you see it and you go, yep, that's it.
So
that's the thing.
Randomly pull out some stuff and let's just see what we can talk about.
All right. We'll open up
every little thing. We'll go through a few and see what we can talk about.
Okay. All right. Close your eyes, Marion.
Look away.
Look away. Don't look at it.
Don't look at it.
Okay. All right.
Now this is interesting. I was surprised that Shaz didn't know what that was.
Yeah.
That is, be careful with that. Be careful with that. That is the hologram projector of the Star Destroyer playset.
Yep. It slides up into the ceiling. And then when Vader is, the Emperor commands you make contact with him. And when he talks to the Emperor, you put the Emperor behind, you slide this down, you put the Emperor behind him.
Right.
And yeah, I was going to say you went to all you while I was
sorry, I didn't mean to.
So there you go. Then he's behind that. And of course, as you can see from my face behind it, it looks just like I'm a hologram.
Right. Well, and unfortunately at the time, there was no Emperor action figure to put with it when that
first you're right.
Came out. But now here's the real question, Scott. And Mark, this is my challenge. If I want anything 3D printed, this is the thing I need 3D printed. It is probably the hardest piece to find when it comes to Star Destroyer playset. and it is the tab that actually holds that into place when you flip it up, because there's a tab that fits under the roof.
Oh,
the roof on fire.
yeah,
that slides up into
yeah.
to hold it up, and most people have lost that bad boy.
I think I still have mine, but don't quote me on that. I think the only thing I'm missing off of mine is the cap to the meditation chamber.
Okay, yeah, that's another piece that gets lost too, as well as the shade over the light bulb, the red, inside the meditation chamber.
That I've got. Hang on.
Oh, there goes Scott again. Absolutely, just walking away. If you see me walking by,
I can hear you. I did also find this in the storage unit.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the Jarek table.
How great does that look?
That's a good looking Jarek table right there.
Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
The decal's not peeling away at all.
Nope.
Looks to be in good shape. So
Cantina playset had a peely decal, but not that. All right, how about this?
That would be the grappling hook off of the 12-inch Luke action figure. Hold on just a second, please. No, I can't reach him. He's too far back there. I'll not grab over trying to get to him. I've got him back there. I've got mine complete. My string is disintegrated off of mine, but the grappling hook is there, and he's still got his lightsaber and all that has the handle on it, like Ezra's lightsaber from Rebels.
Oh yeah, yes it is. It's like a staple gun. You're right. There's the string for mine.
Yeah,
it's not disintegrated.
Mine has.
All right, let's go to this. I have two of these in here.
Now, these are the backpacks that came. Then there was a third backpack that's a blue one.
You're talking about this.
Yeah, that you're supposed to be able to stick Yoda in.
Well, that's because he can be your backpack.
To put on Luke. That's right. I can be your backpack. To be on Luke's back. But now, did you get those as the mail away? Like,
that's an interesting question, because I started showing this stuff to Ryan earlier. And he said, did you get the mail away, or was that a pack in? And I was like, I don't even know what they packed it in with. Mine was the mail away.
They would have packed it in with the Rebel transport.
Yeah, he said it might have come with the AT-AT and the Rebel transport, and I didn't have either. I didn't have the AT-AT.
I can't speak to the AT-AT, but I can tell you, I do know that some stuff came packed in with the Rebel.
Yeah, I never had the Rebel transport. That was too late.
I had that whole pack with the backpacks, and there was a tiny grappling hook that came with that as well. And some gas masks. I saw that you had one of the gas masks that are all.
I got three. I got 3 gas masks, and I got the grappling hook.
Wow! So you've got the full. Yeah, those were mail away deals.
Yeah,
and I remember getting those into. Gosh, man, Kenner just did it right. I'm sorry, Kenner did it right.
They did. Yeah, they did. Snooty.
Yes, the size Snoodles microphone.
Yeah,
I was excited to see that, just because you rarely see those in the wild, so to speak. And of course, I haven't had mine in ages.
That's why I'm trying to pick out stuff that is kind of unique, because I know there's not, and tough to find in the wild. Like this is tough to find in the wild.
What is that?
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, so that's a micro. What is it? The diecast. It's not a micro collection, but it's diecast.
This is the original diecast. The bomb on the
wow, the Y-wing bomb.
It drops it. Not supposed to drop it, but
how about the Y-wing bomb on both that version and the big version of the Y-wing are hard to find?
I didn't know they had a bomb on the big one.
They do. Yeah.
This one's hard to find, so I know that would stand out to people. This people can jump to the wrong conclusion when they see this.
Is that yellow?
Yes, it is yellow.
So that's Obi-Wan. That's the Obi-Wan 12-inch, right?
When people think action figure lightsabers, they think yellow Luke, but no, Luke got the blue.
Yeah, the 12-inch. They actually did the right color for Luke, and they did the blue. Yeah,
but it's the same handle.
Oh yeah, with the thing with the hand just slips through.
Yep.
I had Luke and Vader, and again, these were my older brothers. I had Luke, Vader, and Chewie. It was the Obi-Wan hand straight too, like Luke's is, almost Barbie doll like, if I may.
I'm thinking, because it did fit in there, but
no kung fu grip, a la the G.I. Joe figures of the day.
Correct.
These
guys,
dude, those are the crates from the Dagobah playset, which I think that's the kicker right there.
Yes.
For everyone wondering what that is, that's a simple cylinder that would go over there were these.
You go under or inside R2.
They'd go inside R2. My Dagobah playset way over up there, but there's a rock that you could press down, and it was attached to just 2 plastic prongs that came up,
Yep.
and you could just set the crates down on top of them and press the thing, and
That's where the prongs would go in.
But
right
but to do R2, you had to have that cylinder so you could, because I think it's cut short or something in the middle. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that it would push up the right way with R2, and you could actually lift R2 with Luke. And it had this branch that ran through the cave.
Yeah,
with
the levitate Luke
clamp on the end, where you could put Luke upside down and levitate him and make him do a handstand and all. Had the fighty things on the one side, and there were so many like lizards and rats and snakes molded into
it. Yes.
Love the Dagobah playset so much.
There's another.
That's on the gas mask. Yeah.
Let's see.
Cool.
Struts. I don't think these are terribly uncommon. The struts.
Well, what's uncommon is to have them in good shape, where either the feet aren't broken.
Yeah,
all my life, the pegs on one of mine were broken off.
Yeah, no, those are fine. My Death Star, not the same fate, but that one. Okay, got a couple of headdresses for you.
I'm not good with the Ewok names. The one on my left is Logray, the Ewok medicine man.
This one.
And the other one is that's not Chief Chirpa, is it?
I don't think it's Chief Chirpa, but I couldn't remember who it is, to tell you the truth. We'd have to look it up. We'd have to look that one up.
That would help me out. He's the dude that's been around recently. Hold on just a second. I can go through a stack of figures here maybe and find him. Hold on. So as you do that,
Geek on a mission.
That's Tebow's headset.
Oh, is it Tebow? Okay, that's why he was kneeling with his fist on his forehead.
That's right, exactly. That's the belt with the grappling hook. Yeah.
Yep. From the survival kit.
Yeah. And you could recreate going. Now this was the subject of debate earlier tonight. I think that's not the one that was subject to debate, was it?
No, I guess it's not.
That's the Hoth Trooper gun.
Okay, let's see. Oh, here you go. You know what that is? I didn't spring that one on you earlier.
Is that a bazooka?
No. This is like an M16 from Eagle Force.
Oh, nice.
And Eagle Force were like Star Wars were 3 3/4. I'd say Eagle Force were like 2.5-inch diecast figures.
Yeah.
Kind of a G.I. Joe ripoff, but tinier. Mm-hmm. So let's see. This is 12-inch solo gun.
That was one I've never seen before. When you showed us that today, I thought that was really cool.
Let's see. Oh, more Ewok props.
Hold on a second. I've done them.
Yeah, that's you.
There we go. That's Logray. That goes to Logray.
I think this is Bush. Is this Bush?
Yes.
Bush's rifle.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Does not fit in the Darth Vader carrying case.
No. Very long. Speaking of very long, Emperor's Royal Guard, I believe.
Is that what that is? I didn't think their pikes were that long.
I think that's what this is. I think
I can be wrong though. Okay.
I believe that
one of my favorite deals from all of Star Wars are the Royal Guards look, man. I just absolutely love them. That belt that's a Yoda belt right there.
That is the Yoda belt, correct.
Yeah. I noticed that.
More Ewok. I got a lot more Ewok stuff than I thought I had in here.
Is that Tebow?
Which is good.
Again, I'm looking at my bench of Ewoks to see. Yeah,
I think it's the same color as Tebow, so it makes sense. And you were talking about the mindset behind the little box and what it means and everything, and what it really means, and I think why you see more kind of 82 onward in here. What it means is I got sick of losing them.
Right. Yeah.
And so
for sure,
there's a place where all my guns and stuff are going to go, and this one box, and that's that. All right, here you go.
Okay, now this is something that I had never played with, never had at all, and that's the whip from the Indiana Jones, right?
The 12-inch Indiana Jones.
Oh, 12-inch Indy. Okay.
Yeah, which is they literally took the Solo 12-inch figure and changed his eye color, and that's
Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they take Solo and just change his clothes up?
Yeah, that's exactly what they did.
Of course, that's the Lando helmet from Lando in Disguise. Sometimes you have to put your hand behind it like so. Sometimes you have to do that like so, and it'll focus up on it right. There you go. Yep. All I can do is just show you Lou Ferrigno's head.
You know what that is?
That's huge right there, buddy. That's the skirt for the Snow Trooper.
Yeah.
And that's another one of those pieces that's just not on a figure generally.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Any of those vinyl capes, that's Bib Fortuna's stick.
Bib Fortuna's, that's correct. This is some kind of Return of the Jedi Jabba Palace thing.
That is definitely, that goes with did you have Barada?
Yeah.
I think that's Barada's staff.
Yeah.
The green guy. That's either Dengar or IG-88.
Yeah, I think maybe IG-88.
Or I think even the Snow Trooper came with a long gun like that.
We came with this
one.
That's
the Snow Trooper right there. It has the two handles.
That's the Snow Trooper. Okay, 2 handles on the Snow Trooper. And there's another one here. Let's see.
Now IG-88 had one like that. Yeah,
this is like a Weequay Claw 2.
Weequay or Claw 2, yeah. They had the same weapons. Those two guys.
And then probably the greatest action accessory of all time. The Death Star is here. We will blow up this force field.
The most well-acted scene in all of Star Wars.
Well, what I like about the delivery of it is like, I think he forgot his name for a second there. It's like, General Maydean.
Yeah. General Maydean.
I think I have another one of these.
Yeah, that's low grades. You had a couple of low grades.
Look at that. Another one of these.
The thing. I think IG-88 had Michael Nip says this is better in the briefcase in Pulp Fiction. IG-88, I think, had that 2-handled gun because he came with 2. He came with the Imperial blaster, and then he came with the Imperial rifle as well.
I think they also had a 3-handled family Gradunza, if I'm not mistaken. Sorry, that's a cat in the hat joke. This is some kind of Return of the Jedi Jabba's Palace. That's going to be
with your Claw 2. Let's see. Yeah, that's your Claw 2.
Look at this. Look at this. Look at that.
That's Luke's green lightsaber.
Yes, it is.
Jedi Luke. Now,
Luke Jedi. Yeah.
The thing about Jedi Luke is, how is your Jedi Luke holding up?
Oh, you don't remember that?
I don't.
When I first put him in the rack, you were like, "Holy cow, the paint's all still on his face."
And yeah, that was the thing. Is like my paints. Let's see if I can get him around. The lighting I have tonight is terrible.
This angle.
Yeah, it's really good. I'm really proud of it. This is not my original one. But yeah, usually there's a lot of nose rub on the old paint. And by the way, I'm using the Mark All stand for him as well. So
nice. I would be using him if you told me about him. But
I didn't know about him at that point, Scott. So
okay.
Oh, that's the clarinet. That's Droopy McCool's clarinet.
Droopy McCool's clarinet. That's right.
That's another one that's lost all the time. That's Rancor Keeper's staff right there.
That's correct. I wondered if you would get that.
Of course I would.
Okay, sorry.
When you get into Jedi, man, you're in my wheelhouse. No ifs, ands, or buts. That's obviously a scimitar.
Yes.
And I believe that would be from Indiana Jones, most likely.
Cairo Swordsman from Indiana Jones.
And he got shot.
Yes, he did.
Is that the big guy?
Yes. This is probably the most common Star Wars blaster there is.
Okay, hold it there. Don't move it. Let me pull you up here. Yeah, that's the Imperial blaster.
It's everywhere in the first 12.
Came with the Stormtroopers, came with Boba Fett, of course, the Death Star squad guys. I think they phased it out for a lot of things with Empire. I think the Imperial guys came with some smaller guns, more of what they call a Bespin gun.
All right, now this, what do you want to call him?
Well, I know that I know that he's actually Zuckuss.
Yes.
But in many ways, you know how in the Bible, when these guys get 2 names in the Bible, it's like so-and-so, also known as so-and-so.
Yes.
Or
yes.
Cephas, who was called Peter. That is Zuckuss, who was called Forlom.
Yes.
Now, are you Forlom or for LOM?
I'm for LOM, and I'll tell you why.
Okay. Because of the commercial?
Yeah. The commercial. That's why. You don't know this,
Now,
probably.
that's from Belloc, right? Or that's
That is
from
Belloc. That's the mail
Okay.
away Belloc. Yeah.
Okay. I never had any of those figures. I don't know that I ever saw any of those figures in real life
Really?
back in
Oh,
the
I
day.
got, I found some cards from them.
Oh, sweet.
The backers.
Wow.
While I was in the storage unit. Okay. Second greatest action toy of all time. Same scene.
This is my staff.
What is this even? I got the plunger stuck in the toilet is stopped up again. So
It's a remote control like they'll have one day with the Harry Potter one.
oh jeez. So yeah, it's Bluetooth.
It's a bat.
Yeah.
Gamorrean guard, buddy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, now this one, you got to know this.
That's Bosk all the way.
Yep, with that curved handle.
Yeah, like why did no one else get that type of unique treatment? Like no one else gets that gun but Bosk.
No, but nobody else had that clawed hand like Bosk. More Ewok-y goodness.
Yeah, now that's from
that may be Chief Chirpa.
Yeah.
This wasn't the one we were fighting over, was it?
No, that's another Hoth base. I think that's even maybe an Imperial Storm Snow Trooper.
Oh, here's one for you. Speaking of Jabba's palace,
that's another unique one. That's reuse.
That's reuse. That's right. Yeah. Cast it in gold. Which I mean, what did they cast in gold back then?
C-3PO was about it.
Yeah. Well, they don't. Did they even cast it? I guess. Well, not
they
really.
Back metallized him. That's Wicked's spear, either Wicked or Rumba, depending on which one you have.
Let's see. I have in here. Oh, yeah.
That is, of course, a Scout Trooper's gun.
Yep.
But here's the thing: I don't think I'd have to look at mine. My Scout Trooper gun, I may have the wrong thing with him. Is black. I might have Leia's indoor gun with him. This is the one that I got confused on today. That's 9 Numb's.
Yes.
Gun.
Correct.
Yeah. This is.
Oh, is that the one?
This is basically Accessoredo. Accessoredo instead of Wordle.
Yes.
I would own that game. Of course, the Emperor's Cane. Golly, man. Like, look, we now that's a Leia gun.
Yeah.
And what color is it?
It's bluish.
Okay, so
blue to it.
Is the bluish one from I think that's her Empire gun.
I don't recall at this point. That's
I think they were going I think that's when they went blue. I think her initial was black. Now, see, that's the killer right there. That is the gun that Luke came with, Jedi Luke came with. Mm-hmm. Not that Jedi Luke carried a gun, but he snatched one out of a Jabba's henchman's hand. And so, and I don't know if anyone else got that gun in the original, in that collection. I think that might have been unique to Jedi Luke.
I think you're right. I don't have another one.
That's another one of those Hoth guns.
The one we were fighting over has already come and gone.
No, it hadn't.
Because everything's all the Star Wars is out.
It's longer than the Hoth guns.
Oh, wait. No, okay, no, that's Scarlet. Never mind. I got Scarlet.
See, now you're getting a G.I. Joe, and I don't know much about G.I. Joe at all.
Don't know much about G.I. Joe. That's a flap.
That's a brake flap for a. Yep. That's one of the things that get lost easily off of the speeder bike back in the day.
And then I think you were asking this.
Yeah, I didn't recognize that at all.
Did you ever have that game?
The blow up the Death Star game?
Destroy the Death Star, yeah.
I don't think we did.
Great game. Basically, they had these little like clear plastic bases, and each one had 3 X-Wings on it, and you could have 3 red or 3 blue or 3 whatever. And then as you went through, it was one of those where you do the spinner and you move a certain number of spaces, and sometimes you would lose a ship. And so if you lost all 3 of your ships, then you were done. But if you got to the exhaust port before you lost all 3 of your ships, then you won. The problem with that game is that the exhaust port was dead in the center of the trench on the board, on the game board.
Yeah.
So, it was, to me, it was already confusing. And I've actually had this conversation with a few people recently. I can't even remember who, but it was kind of confusing when I was a kid already, because there's that giant trench in the middle of the Death Star, but that's not the trench from the trench run.
Right.
that groove in the middle of the Death Star
Right,
is
that's
where
where
the docking bays are and all
that's the
that.
hangars and docking bays. Yes.
Yeah. But when you're a kid, you go, well, there's a groove, and they're going into a groove, and a groove and a groove's the same.
And the groove is in the heart.
Huh?
Groove is in the heart.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So, but but that game has you go across the center of the Death Star to get to the exhaust port right in the middle. So it's like, so yeah, I think, that's pretty much everything of relevance.
Yeah. Well, you didn't pull out the indoor trooper gun, by the way.
Well,
Again,
I pulled out.
That's
not the gun we were fighting over?
No, I'm about to pull up.
Oh, wait. You know what else I didn't get out? Where is it? Yeah. This is the most useless accessory ever.
Oh my gosh, that's the comm link from the cloud part, the cloud car pilot. Yep. Faux show. There you go, buddy. This gun that this man is holding is the one, because in the picture it looked very gray.
That's not it right there?
I'm coming back over to you. That is it, in fact. There it is.
Yeah.
Let me pull this up a little bit. Now, see, that's got more of a tan look to it than gray on your camera here. While ago, it looked very gray.
Yeah, and it could be the lighting. I mean, this is not the best lit room ever.
Right.
I mean, it is for mood, but for pictures and broadcasting, maybe not so much.
Well, I mean, whose is on this stream right now? Not
That's
mine
true.
for show.
No, yours looks good.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. But dude, it was just so exciting to walk through those things. And I know all I did was just like a dog, just you held it up and I did tricks.
But that was what was fun.
So who is Shazzy Reptiles?
Huh?
Someone named Shazzy Reptile says, wait a minute, I know Shaz Bazaar.
How weird.
We've got a whole thing going in the chat right now. So, but dude, I just thought it was so cool because, like I say, I just connect so much with the box and the box that holds the things, and I just, that kind of stuff, man, is what to me is what our generation of collecting is made of. And because we did, I don't know, you're older than me, of course, by at least a decade.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, you're an old man, Scott.
Decade? I'm like
60. I know, you're at least 15 years older than me. It's just a shame you're hitting it big in South Georgia just before it's retirement age for you.
I'm like 6 1/4 older than you.
Right. But what, by the time you got to those later figures, you were starting to age out.
Yeah.
In the Return of the Jedi era. And so I don't know if that point, if you were thinking collector's items or you just wanted to have them as keepsakes or whatever, but we didn't buy toys to collect by and large. And that's why mint on card, vintage Star Wars stuff is so rare, because we,
well, if I can tell you the heartbreaking story, I would have bought straight through to the end and probably would have kept buying. But here is the story. I'm in 9th grade. I have just turned 14.
Picture it.
And my buddy Tommy Butler shows up at school with, and I can't remember which of the figures, but he shows up with 2 of the Power of the Force figures. And he's like, look at this. And I go, wait a minute, what? Where'd you get that? And he said, I got them at Walmart, which I knew they were coming. And I was like, okay. And he said, yeah. And they're all like 79 cents because they were blowing them out.
My goodness.
He said, they got a ton of them. You just need to go down there and get them. I said, you know what? That's what I'm going to do tonight. So I got home and I said, Dad, we got to go to Walmart. We got to go tonight. And Dad says, well, we got to go to Walmart. I said, because they got the new Star Wars figures in there. They're blowing them out. And then I got a 20-minute lecture on how I was too old to be playing with toys and how I needed to grow up and get over all that. And at that point I went, okay. So, I did not make it down to Walmart that night to get those figures.
Yeah.
And the next time, a couple of weeks later, I just happened to be at Walmart. I decided to pop over there and check and see. Of course, there were no figures at that point.
Right.
So yeah, and I would have had them, and I would have bought them, and I would have opened them.
Yeah. Well, that's how I got the Imperial shuttle, is because by the time I got to it, it was basically being cleared out. It was Kmart. It was $20. And we had a friend that worked at Kmart, so he got his employee discount. I handed him $10 and I got my Imperial shuttle for $10.
Whoa.
In like 1984 or whenever. So for my
Nice.
birthday, used $10 of my birthday money to get that. And loved it ever since. Like it's one of my prized things is the Imperial shuttle.
Wow.
And so
that's huge.
Yeah, man. That was a huge score for me, and I mean, like when you consider that it would be 3 or 4 years later that I would put a Power Master Optimus Prime on layaway for $30, and he's like so much smaller than an Imperial shuttle. It's just it's pretty fascinating to consider how awesome a deal that was on that thing.
You know what these kids don't know about either these days?
What's that?
The layaway.
Yeah.
I showed you the Droopy McCool and the Snooty Mike and everything.
Yes. Yeah.
That was what I put on layaway. And I think it was like $12, $13.
Right.
And I saw it in the store. Mom, you got to get me this. And Mom's like, I'm not getting you that. And then I said, well, I got to have it. And she said, well, why don't you put it on layaway? And I went, oh, okay. So I went over there and, put like $2 down. And then I'd go back every couple of weeks or every week or so, and I'd put, half my allowance down until finally I had Size Noodles and the Max Rebo band. That was a cool thing.
That is, I mean, my Size Noodles and Max Rebo band, I don't know what I did to deserve it, but I do remember that when I got it, it was the night that the Muppet movie was airing on CBS.
Nice.
And it was just one of those great days where everyone was in a good mood. And somehow I was given that play set or whatever you want to call it, that trio of figures, and just thought, I mean, like I was like, look, Star Wars figures, Muppet movie, life will never be better. That was my thought process on that day. And then the broadcast was delayed for some kind of presidential address or something.
No.
Yeah, I don't know what was going on with the Cold War at that point, but so they had to start airing it late. So they end up airing it in 2 parts, and the next night they continued it on the CBS movie. So,
all right, you want a magic moment? I was saving this for my Star Wars story episode, but I'll give you a magic moment.
Nice.
You ready?
Mm-hmm.
The Star Wars figures first come out. I hear about them. I've been looking in the stores ever since I saw the mail away kit. I could not think about anything other than getting Star Wars figures.
Right.
Because when I saw the mail away kit, I was like, Mom, there's a mail away kit. Mom's like, no, it's $10 and doesn't even come with anything. And so I said, no, it comes with all these guys. Like, no, it does not. You will eventually get them. And I was like, oh, okay. So,
but still, you'll eventually get them.
But Mom was not into that. So
$10 for how many figures it would come in the mail?
It was 4.
Good night.
Which I mean that worked out. They were $2.29 when we first started buying them.
I was saying, if I'm doing my math right, that's $2.50 a figure.
Yeah, and they were $2.29 when they finally came to Playland, which was where we got them all at the time.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So we finally see them in the stores. We rush down to Playland, we get them, and Mom's like, "You can only get how many do we get? I guess maybe 4 to start with."
Mm-hmm.
And I remember getting Luke, 3PO, and R2 because 3PO and R2 had to go together. You had to get Luke because Luke is your main character.
That's right.
You get 3PO and R2 because they have to go together, and then I got a Stormtrooper. Right. Now, as much as I love Darth Vader, I didn't get him. I got the Stormtrooper. Why?
Because Stormtrooper could be anybody or anything. Because they disguise themselves as Stormtroopers.
Well, not just they disguise. Stormtrooper can be anything, and you can kill 1,000 of them, and you still have the same guy. Whereas Vader, you can't kill him. So, so I got the Stormtrooper. There's more play possibility with the Stormtrooper to me, and I'm actually thinking this as like a 6-year-old, 7-year-old. And so I get the 4 figures, and I go over to a buddy's house, and I lose 3PO and R2. They go into a ditch, which flows into a lake, and I never see them again. So now I'm down to Luke and Stormtrooper, and I go, and I'm upset about that for the weekend because I've lost 2 of my 4 guys, and you know how these guys are. They're your guys. And I go to school the next week, and I come home one day, and my mom says, "Hey, why don't you go look on your bed?" And I go in my room, and laid out on my bed is every one of the original 12 that I don't have except Jawa.
Wow.
Yeah. She just went and got them all for me. Just said, the heck with it. I'm getting them all.
Man.
I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah. Well, what's so great about that is, like, and you know this as a parent, you know, and I know this as an uncle, that, and it's something I don't think we ever realized about. And any kids that are listening, you don't need to listen right now. I'm about to give away an adult secret, that, like, parents want their kids to have things.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
they really do. And so it takes discipline on the part of a parent to tell a kid no a lot of
Yes.
times, because they really they don't want to deprive their kids of anything. And
No.
so I just think that's a great moment in your mom's life of just like, you know, I just said I got to get this for him because I want my
Yep.
son to have him be happy. That's a great moment. I love that.
Yeah, it's one of the biggies. It's funny. As I was as I was going through the storage unit today, I found an old letter that my mom had written me, probably 94 or so, where she was apologizing for calling me an a-hole. And
My mom was so great that day. A few weeks later,
and
really
no, but it's you know, it was like a 3-page letter. And you know, and she's like, oh, but you don't understand how parents feel about that. And don't you, I would rather you remember things like when you came home and found all the Star Wars guys on your bed.
Oh, wow.
And, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then she told me
great.
that she really thought I was making some bad decisions and I probably shouldn't be dating the woman that I'm dating. And so I went and married her, and I think things worked out okay. But I think she might have been wrong on that one.
And she's okay with it now to this day.
Oh yeah. She's very okay with it now.
Yeah. Well,
She'll still call me an a-hole, but
well, I mean, Scott, in your line of work,
earn it.
You got to be used to that. Well,
yeah.
Like you get on Facebook and all the comments start going like, "Hey guys, you're gonna have to work harder than this." I hear this from my mom at least twice a month.
Be better. Be better.
Yeah, be better. Do better. Come on.
Yeah, I you know, one thing that has really been cool going through the storage unit is finding that there were actually people who have cared about what I do, which was nice. Because when people write me letters, when people go to the trouble to write me a letter, I always go, well, these guys like me, and you know, they said something nice to me, and I keep it and I hold on to it. So I literally have, I mean, gobs of letters people wrote me over the years. Like when I was at college and people write me letters, my grandmother write me letters. I was stunned at the number of classmates that wrote me when I was at college, because we don't, you know, nobody does that anymore.
Right.
But I've got all these old letters from all these people, so it was nice. It's been fun doing this, and I'm probably a fifth of the way done.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bob, give me 1,000 words on one. It was 3 pages.
Front and back.
Yeah, no, single space.
You fell asleep.
I will not call you an a-hole. Write that 150 times. That was always the one that drove me nuts. Write this 100 times. But it's been neat to go through it, and it's really been neat to go through all the Star Warsiness, because you tend to forget what you have. I mean, I got fast food cup lids that I saved because they had episode 1 stuff on them.
Now they did the drink toppers.
I've got all the toppers. They're all in there,
and they came with their own cups and everything too.
But these were just like the plastic lids.
Yeah.
For the regular size cups, and they had like a little game embedded in there, like a paper tear off game. So I kept the lids.
So I'm sorry. I love Star Wars. I love collecting Star Wars. But here's the thing, though. I did the same thing for Attack of the Clones, and I got kind of into the same mindset with Force Awakens before Force Awakens came out. I was doing all the cereal promotions and everything, and you know, and then here comes the Force Awakens. By the way, one was welcome Ted. He says he's a 10-year listener and has never been able to make anything live. So glad to have you with us, Ted.
And this is the one you picked, huh?
Yeah, this is way to go, Ted. Michael Nip is always good for a laugh. And then Shaz Bazaar calls me out. I'm playing with the Hulk again.
Always.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go you another one on this. You know, when you go get your fast food order and you have the tray, And the fast food people, I always put a piece of paper on the tray.
Scott, I spent a large part of my life at Dairy Queen and McDonald's working there. So yes, I do.
Yeah.
I know exactly what you're talking about. They're called tray liners.
I have those.
The Star Wars tray liners.
Yeah.
Cool. Cool, bro. Cool, bro. That's all. Actually, those type of things, were they episode 1, I guess?
Yes.
Or special edition. You know, they had stuff for special edition too.
I have some special editions.
Someone earlier had mentioned the and I have it sitting around here somewhere, like it always ends up on a random shelf, but it's the cube that had the half of Darth Vader face, and there was a mirror that divided him, and on the other side was Yoda. So you can look at it one way and it looks like Yoda's full face, and you turn it the other way and it's Vader's full face.
Yeah.
And that's one of the ones I had. They had like the magnetic Cloud City that looked like it was floating. If you balance it right, it would be floating and everything.
That's you're talking special edition stuff now. Yeah.
Sure. Yeah. Yeah.
And special edition was that McDonald's? I'm trying to remember now.
No, that was the Taco Bell, Pizza Hut.
It was the Tricon guys. Yeah. Or actually, it's now that's all Yum brands.
Right. Yeah. They had that. They got that in the 90s and kept it through episode 1.
Yeah. They were spun off. They were spun off from Pepsi in, I think, 97. I looked it up not too long ago.
Right.
And but they already had the licensing in place.
Yeah, Pepsi had a lot of licensing with episode 1 in the special edition as well.
Yeah, Frito-Lay, that's all the same company too.
Right. And then I don't know what happened with the licensing with the Attack of the Clones. I can't remember, but I know Burger King was huge in episode 3.
What I recall of episode 2 was that Lucas deliberately said we're scaling back. So there was less of it, and I'm trying to remember because I swear to you, I saw a food tie-in for episode 2 in the storage unit the other day, but I cannot remember what it is. And now they've devolved to Denny's. So, I got all this Solo stuff from Denny's. So.
Riley Blanton of the former
the late great Star Wars report.
Star Wars report. He had a great piece that he'd written that someone turned me on to about when he realized he was a quote unquote Star Wars influencer.
Yeah.
Was sitting down to eat a Denny's meal for the Solo promotion. And I thought, like, it's one of my favorite things I'd ever heard or seen from Riley Blanton. You know, Riley did great work, and he was always, you know, he worked so hard and did such a good job. And I think everyone could take a lesson from Riley as far as preparation and visioning, you know, what you want to do and going for it. But like that, to me, it's one of the best things that he's ever written, because there was such a self-awareness there and such a realization of just how crazy this whole thing is. And
they flew him out.
Yes.
And did that whole thing. Because I remember, because he and I talked before he went out there, and he was telling me what was going on. And I think, you know, it was starting to sink in at that point, because, I mean, they flew him out to eat Denny stuff.
Right. Right.
It's just so bizarre.
It's crazy. Hey, I'll come to Denny's, get a moon over my hammy, and try a Solo meal.
Yeah, can I not just go to the Denny's here and do this? I mean, is that not a thing?
Yeah.
No, you got to fly you out and put everybody together for the Denny's thing. Very weird.
Yeah. Steve Bennett from Team Steve got a Solo menu from Denny's. Of course he did. Steve Bennett is he is an urban archeologist.
Steve Bennett is amazing.
I love him.
With or without the beard, he's amazing.
He's so great. He's so great. Yeah. I'm so glad he got to be at ICCC this week. And
I saw the pictures of him there. Yes, I saw that. I was, you know, the Rule the Galaxy gang invited all of us to go out there.
Yeah.
And I was just like, let's see, that's an 8-hour drive, so I'm not doing that. So am I going to fly to Nashville for a weekend? No, I'm not doing that. So I'm not doing ICCC.
Yeah, I just couldn't do it. I couldn't make it up there and spend the money on the ticket and everything. And I hated it because I hadn't seen Jimmy and Jason from RFR in so long. And I wanted to see the Rule the Galaxy guys and see James Arnold Taylor, you know.
Yeah.
Hadn't seen him in a while. And but it was
And
so
Lantern
cool.
looked healthy.
Yeah, yeah. But all of a sudden, in my feed, here comes pictures from Steve Bennett up there, and I'm like, I didn't even think that Team Steve would be there. And
He's everywhere.
yes. You know what they had for food tie-ins? I believe for Attack of the Clones, or was it Revenge of the Sith? They did.
Revenge of the Sith was Burger King.
Well, I'm saying Burger King. Did they do the watches for Attack of the Clones?
That may be somebody did, yeah, because their watches in little tin cans, right?
Yeah,
Little
but
tin canister.
but here's the thing: I thought they had all 6 movies represented by each one for each watch.
Could have been a different set of watches,
maybe, but anyway,
now you got me curious.
I don't know. I don't remember any food tie-ins. I've been Googling food tie-ins for Attack of the Clones. So, but anyways, I know that the here we go. Here's
okay. So no fast food for so there it is. No fast food for Attack of the Clones.
Okay.
Maybe did they do a Subway or something? I guess not.
I don't think so. Yeah, there's episode 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Yeah, so they had all 6 watches for around the time of the DVD release for episode 3 DVD release at Burger King. Is what that was. Is what I'm seeing here. Yeah, I guess they didn't do any tie-ins. But dude, the tie-in, the Burger King kids meals for Revenge of the Sith in 2005 were crazy. It was almost like the Dalmatian craze with McDonald's a few years prior, when they had the 101 Dalmatians in their Happy Meals.
Yeah.
My friends had a little girl who loved Star Wars and loved Burger King chicken nuggets, man. And so we were trying to help her get a full set of the toys from Burger King, and it was awesome. Mark all went and said, I went Sunday and nobody was in line for Ian or Anthony.
Whoa,
that's crazy. And then he said 5 to 10 minute waits for autographs from them. So yeah, I think everyone went on Saturday and there wasn't a lot of people there on Sunday, from what I understand. Saturday show sold out.
Yeah, and Sunday's usually cheap deals day at the cons. So because those are usually lighter attended days.
Yeah.
Although that blew up in our face at the last Star Wars Celebration.
Oh yeah.
Well, in 2017, the one we went to in Orlando. Yeah,
it was all
because it was just packed every single day. And Sunday, I'm waiting for, like, literally as the show's closing, nobody's offering discounts on anything because there are too many people still there.
It's it's the curse of Disney having bought Star Wars, I think. So
yeah, the thing is, like, next time Celebration's in Orlando, I will go, but I am not flying across the country to wait in a line for 4 days.
No, I'm not. I'll be honest with you, and we've had this, I don't want to, this is the kind of thing that get you banned on YouTube, so I don't want to get off on it, but
yeah, they make you take ivermectin if you go to Star Wars Celebration now.
Well, there we go. Yeah, the vaccines are mandated and stuff. No, I don't know that Disney wants my money right now. I think they're at a point where they don't want my money, and so I'm not inclined to give money to people that don't want it anyway. So I'm sitting a lot of Star Wars and Marvel stuff out, which really breaks my heart.
Yeah,
but
fully understandable.
That's just kind of where I'm at. I'm not calling for a boycott.
No,
anybody, but I'm saying that for me personally, they've basically shown they don't want my money, and so why would I give it to them? I don't want to force anyone to take my money.
We have a trip booked that we booked last August, coming up in July, and everything is paid for already. Everything.
Yeah.
And if it were not, we would be having another, but we literally cannot get the money back because it's all done through gift cards.
Right.
So they've got our money no matter what.
Mark all, I heard boycott.
That's all it takes. That's the half herd rule right there.
That's right. That's right. You know all about that.
Yes, sir. But we have been seriously talking about when everything expires at the end of this year for us, and the trip that's already paid for is done. We're probably going to back off a good bit too.
It's a hard kind of thing to make because, like I say, it's been a part of all of our lives for so long. And they took this thing that was really kind of pure and above the fray with a lot of things, that go on socially in the world. And they've injected all of the social mores and issues of the day into it. And it's just kind of sad, that's what they've done. And no one's saying boycott. So stop. Just stop it, guys. And it's not just that they're putting their own views and stuff in, it's that they're doubling down on how evil I am for not wanting them to do so. And I'm not mad about it, I'm sad about it. I'm not on a crusade about it. And so I just I've had to make some decisions about my entertainment and stuff, and
I started scaling back several years ago when Chuck Wendig went on Twitter and basically demanded half the U.S. population be thrown into a wood chipper.
Right.
And I thought, well, gosh, this is a guy who wants paying customers of his to die violently.
Yeah.
Brutally. And I don't know that I can fund his lifestyle right now if that's what he's going to do with the funding that I give him, is advocate for half of his audience to die.
Yeah.
And that really started it for me. That was like, I don't know that I can do this anymore.
Well, and then on top of that, you've got the price that collecting costs nowadays as well.
Yes.
They have absolutely jacked up, and I understand why. I'm not, again, it's one of those things. It's the necessity of the times and the materials and the economic era that we're in kind of right now. And so obviously prices are going to go up with inflation and everything. But at some point I have to decide I can't afford to drop this on, I can't afford to drop $17 on Lobot, a 3 3/4 inch Lobot.
Yeah.
I could barely,
especially when he's not going to have a bubble soon. You can't even see him.
Well, that's the other thing, man. The plastic free packaging is going to wipe out the vintage collection.
Yep.
It's going to make, I won't buy a Marvel Legends figure off a shelf at all, because you don't know if some jerk has gone and replaced it with a Constable Zuvio and gotten their money. They do that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you
sure.
Do that in open plastic, in windowed boxes. And so it's just like, it's a weird decision. I understand, again, and I understand their decision, whether I agree or disagree with the motives behind it. I understand why they're doing it,
Sure.
But I don't know that. I just think I don't know that they thought it all the way through.
Yeah. No, so, I totally agree with you on that too. Because that one doesn't make sense.
And the price hike is absolutely out of this world. So,
and from what I understand now, they're just going to replace the bubble with glass.
Glass.
Do a piece of glass to the card. That way we don't have to worry about it. It's recyclable.
Yeah. This is the 40th anniversary Hulk, or the 20th anniversary Marvel Legends Hulk, to celebrate the line being 20. And look at this head sculpt.
That's a very angry. That's a very angry.
Hulk? Look how wide his jowls are.
Well, look how far apart his eyes are.
Yes. Now compare that to this guy here. Like,
oh, that's a Hulk.
This is the Hulk. This is the Hulk stepping off the comic page in 3D. Yeah. I've got some fan made clothing on him to look like the Mego stuff from back in the day. But
that's cute.
It's my I bring it up all the time because it's my favorite thing I've got right now are these Marvel Legends Hulks. I absolutely love what they did to him. And but that big old Hulk he's got like this weird triangular melty. It almost looks like it's melting into itself. It's so disappointing, but it is what it is. I love the Hulk. Yes. So. But that figure, I don't know if Haley's listening or not, was a lot more than I wanted to pay for. Let's say it that way.
Leave it there. Yeah.
And I'm like, if this is how it's going to be, I can't afford to. Yeah. But nothing beats to me the absolute thrill that overtook my heart when the first picture you sent me and Shaz was the Size Snoodles microphone.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's amazing. Hooray.
Well, the funny thing is, like, I knew there was a bunch of good stuff in here, but I think even I was a little shocked at how much good stuff there was in here.
Mm-hmm.
There were a couple of things that I didn't realize the Obi-Wan saber was going to be in there.
Yeah.
The grappling hooks, either the grappling hooks. And of course, I'm going to get a lot of mileage out of.
What were his lines?
The funny thing is, like, these are movies that I have pretty much memorized, and I can't even remember his lines.
Remember. You got Mon Mothma. Many Dothans died to bring us this information.
Yeah.
Admiral Akbar. And then he's like, the Death Star is protected from a shield that surrounds the fort.
We've stolen a small Imperial shuttle.
That's right.
And something.
And then he goes, General Solo, is your command crew ready?
Strike team ready?
Yeah.
He said, "Oh, my team's ready, but I don't have a command crew for the shuttle."
Right. That's going to be tough, pal. I didn't want to speak for you.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
General.
Count me in. I'm in too.
I'm with you too. What's wrong? Ask me again sometime. Yeah.
So
I'm there.
Oh, here we go. This is funny. Yeah. The card collecting app for no cards at all. Yeah, I got sucked into that one too.
I gave that up a couple of years ago for Lent.
They're all real to me.
Still Lent.
And then Mark makes a great point. Didn't mind the card app until you had to buy credits to get packs. What was amazing to me, and I think it still happens, is there are people who are selling their digital cards like on eBay and stuff.
Yeah.
And oh my god,
that's stupid.
The Vader collector, they had vintage weapons in it. The seller did not know.
No,
that is a moral quagmire right there, Ted. I would I'd be like, hey, I owe you some extra money for these vintage weapons.
That'd be hard.
Yeah. Unless the seller was a jerk, then I'd be like, gotcha. Got him.
Gotcha, suckers.
Yeah. So, well, Scott, I know you've got an early day in the morning, as do I, but I appreciate you coming on. What's funny to me, Shaz was talking about, Shaz wants to know what was the little red missile. We talked about it before he got here.
Oh, the bin?
Yeah. The little red missile from the Y-Wing.
Yeah. Well, see, that was from my dog who, no, actually I have girl dogs. Never mind.
Come on now, Scott, this is family.
What?
Come on.
Every family has to see that. Trust me. It's a Y. It goes for the Diecast Y-Wing is what it is. See, here's the Diecast Y-Wing. I'm trying to find the bin. Did I get it? There it is.
Calling it the bin.
A bin.
Oh, the bum. Yeah.
It's bin.
I guess we can't say bomb, can we? I guess that's another one.
Well, we can't say it. No. Of course not. Yes. As it made the bin. Let's see. I don't know what I did with the bomb. Well, that's the first thing I've lost since I opened the case.
Hold on a second. Let's see here. There we go.
You're going to rewind it and find what I did with it? Oh, there's Luke's lightsaber. That did not make it back into the case either. Gee whiz.
We have stolen a small Imperial shuttle, disguised the cargo ship, and using a secret Imperial code, a strike team will land on the moon and deactivate the shield generator.
Akil, you've ruined my pointer.
Well, it sets up that great joke where Leia's like, I wonder who they got to pull that off.
Yeah.
And General Solo is your strike team assembled. And then
my team's ready, but I don't have a command crew for the shuttle yet.
And nobody ever gets dismissed. You know what? You see Leia dismiss them in Empire when she's like, when she's giving them all the instructions for evacuation and everything. She says, all right, dismissed.
And then Cliff Clavin does the best, guy with no role ever, the line delivery.
Yeah, everybody
so into it.
Yeah,
everybody to your stations. Let's go.
Yeah, and then of course General Dodonna, the great General Dodonna, dismisses everyone from their meeting in A New Hope. He says, "May the Force be with you." And
your ships.
But let me tell you something. In return, Luke comes in and the whole meeting just busts up.
Yeah,
there's never a dismissal from that meeting.
It's the meeting killer. But you know why the Rebels won. I mean, and it really comes down to having a deeper bench. Because you look like you got Cliff Clavin. Everybody to your stations. Let's go.
Yeah.
And then you go to the Empire, and what do you have? Good. Our first catch of the day.
That's right. Our first catch of the day.
Yeah. So we've got these guys who are really, really good deep in our bench. The one-line guys. And all of our one-line guys are great.
Yep.
And their one-line guys are not so hot. And it always, the front-line guys are, they're all going to be heavy hitters. But it's who do you have behind them? And our one-line guys, I think, will beat the Empire's one-line guys.
Yeah. Well, even on the Battle of Hoth, when they were losing and the one gets blown up, the one AT-AT gets blown up, the guy's like, come on, let's go. Like he's
yeah.
pulling the guys on, and
He's in the trenches and
yeah. And then you got Jer Gerard up on the second Death Star. The Emperor's coming here. We shall double our efforts. He's just like, this is unexpected pleasure. We're honored by your presence. You may dispense with the pleasantries. Golly.
Commander, I'm here to put you back on schedule.
How about that? We were talking about the promotional shots earlier there was the promotional shot of Vader pointing.
The Jedi one?
From Jedi, yeah, that was just
super shiny helmet.
Super shiny.
That's
Loved it though. I
loved
that
best Vader shot. Loved that. Yes.
And then the other one that was big on that was the one that was on the storybook with Luke with his lightsaber on the sail barge.
Yep, that was on the storybook. Yeah.
And that's those will always stand out big time in my memory. Speaking of those storybooks, let me
grab mine so I can follow along. You can read along with me in your book. You will know it is time to turn the page.
This is
the Empire
Strikes Back storybook. The librarian at our elementary school basically tried to save the spine for us. It had fallen apart so bad.
Oh my!
Yeah. So I mean, I tore it. I was constantly flipping through this thing and reading. It was something else. I'm trying to.
Oh yeah. And I had that same fascination with the first Star Wars storybook. I can't tell you how many times I checked that book out at the library.
The thing about that one is Biggs was in that.
Yes.
There was a big page with Biggs just front and center. And I remember like never understanding fully who that was. And my sister would try to be like, well, that's Biggs. That's Biggs. I'm like, who is Biggs?
but see, and for me, it was okay because Biggs was in the comic adaptation. And I was a big Marvel reader.
Right.
So the big scenes were all in the comic adaptation. Straight up.
I thought this might have had the promo shot I was thinking of, but it does not.
Which shot?
Of all of them, not the one that's on the lunchbox, but another one where they're all on Hoth and they're just kind of clumped together, looking straight on.
What they're just standing there?
Yeah. It's almost like a standing there shot. They
don't have like their guns drawn or anything?
No, I don't think so. Not the one I remember.
I'm intrigued now because that lunchbox is not my lunchbox.
Yeah, where'd you get that from?
I must have picked it up at a garage sale or something because I'll do that. I got Jeff Doak's Return of the Jedi blanket, and he's still mad at me to this day about it because his mom put it on sale for like $1 at a garage sale. I walked across the street, it's like, oh, Return of the Jedi stuff. I'll take that. Thank you.
Let me see. Is this it? No, that's not it, but it's kind of like it. They're all in a look at this one. I don't know that I've ever seen this one before.
That's it.
Let me do all
put it on the screen.
I'm about
throw it up.
Give me just a second. God. I don't know that I've ever seen this one before.
But Steve, you know, talking about my storage stuff, you need to go through that Twitter feed. If you haven't seen everything on that Twitter feed. No, I've not seen that one before.
What are they? They're in one of those little transport things and everything.
Yeah. Yeah. That's really weird. I don't know that one. And he's got the X-Wing outfit on.
Right. Yeah. The shot I have, that I have in mind here is I think he's in the X-Wing suit. I don't know though. I can't. Don't hold me to that. I'm not sure.
No, I'm holding you to it.
Okay, that's fine. But so you bought, and of course you never gave Jeff's blanket back to him.
I bought it. It's mine. They put it for sale, and I bought it. That's how this works. That's commerce.
Capitalism. It's capitalism.
Yes. She determined a price. I found it to be fair, and I took it.
I found it to be fair. Of course, just $0.25. Poor
and
Jeff.
He still holds it against me. Well, what did I do something wrong?
Well, I mean, like it'd be a great gesture of friendship to be like, "Hey, man, I know you want this back."
Oh, I don't know.
That's a little too friendly for me.
Yeah, I don't know that we're that good of friends. I mean, come on. He just lives in my old house.
I think they did have they do have their guns drawn in the pictures I'm thinking of.
Okay.
But
it's not the same picture?
No, let me pull it up for you here. again.
Throw it up, Steve.
I will, Scott. Give me just a second here. So,
yeah, I'm familiar with that one.
Big time. I still feel like maybe I'm getting it confused with a Jedi promo pic of them all together in Endor. I don't know. Who can really say? Not me, that's for sure.
Clearly.
So anyway.
I mean, yes.
Let's see. I know what I'm watching tonight. What are you watching? Star Wars? Well, that's what Mark All says. I know what I'm watching tonight.
Oh, what are you watching tonight?
That's what I'm wondering. Scott, Mark says sell it back for 50 cents.
For double my profit.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I mean, really, should I give that back to him?
I mean, it's a thing. It's a quarter, Scott. And
it's not about the money. It's about having a Star Wars thing. Can I trust him with a Star Wars thing? I mean, let's face it. He couldn't keep it last time he had it.
Well, to be fair, he doesn't live with his mother anymore.
Well, I mean, he lives right across the street from her. It's the same thing.
She's going to come over and be like, I saw that.
I told you can't have it.
What are you doing with this thing?
I told you to get rid of it.
It's terrible. That's smart. Oh, man. Well, all right. That's I got to let you go. I know you got an early morning in the morning, and we got held up by Shaz wanting to know about the Diecast X-Wing. So there you go.
This was also in storage. I brought it back.
I had the Diecast Land Speeder that that someone had given a buddy had given me, but it was broken, so like it didn't have any of the characters sitting in it like it did.
Oh yeah, I still got the only thing I don't have is the windshield.
No, is anybody returning your stuff they bought on yours?
No,
they're also not Scott's friend at this point.
No, somebody
lifelong friends.
Like my old Kiss Alive 2 with the tattoos got put in a garage sale and it's gone. I don't know. I can't get it.
Do you know how much it would mean? You might make Jeff cry.
You think?
Giving that back to him. I don't know how bad does he want the blanket back?
I don't know. I mean, he hadn't cried about it yet.
Okay.
So
well, you said he's still mad at you about it.
Yeah, he mentions it. Like you can go through old Dinner for Geeks episodes and be like, you still have my blanket. I'm like, yeah, I bought it. And you know what I say?
Bought it fair and square.
Hey, you lost it to me fair and square.
You old scoundrel.
You still got my blanket.
You old pirate.
You old pirate. So yeah, you know what? He turns 50 in July. Maybe I should wrap his present in it. Look at Ted.
Yeah, see, look at you, Scott, making me look bad.
No, this is
you and Adam. And I guess it's my turn. I've had so many stops and starts. I'm like that song.
But and maybe we need to do like a formerly fat geek podcast.
Yeah, just you and just Adam.
No, and you and we'll get you there.
Okay.
Because here's the thing.
Like that song, I'll take you there.
Yeah, I'll take you there. Because it's a thing where you're gonna have stops and you're gonna have problems. And you just got to keep your head down and just keep doing it.
Right.
And you just kind of have to live it. And it has to be kind of permanent. That's what, I think Adam has come around, I think maybe to my way of thinking on this, but I know initially he was doing cheat days. I don't believe in cheat days because it's about a lifestyle change. And cheat days kind of say that lifestyle is still there that I can go back to whenever I want.
But now, Scott, look, and this is not Wait Out Loud. This is not weight loss out loud. John Panette, God rest his soul, had a great bit about Weight Watchers where he's like, I work the Weight Watchers black market where we buy and sell points. but you're not a healthy eater, though. I wouldn't say, are you?
I mean, it depends on what you mean. I don't eat vegetables. Is that what you mean?
That's kind of my point, Scott.
I mean, but I don't eat as much fried stuff as I used to, and I watch my calories, and as far as I'm concerned, a lot of that stuff is just genetics anyway. But as far as the amount of mass that you contain or retain, to me, it's all numbers. It's all math.
Yeah.
And so I just make sure to put out more than I take in,
Right.
and everything works out. And it's for those of you who are playing the home game, I've lost 150 pounds. This is it's not like 10,
Right. No, it is a transformation. It's a total transformation. And
I people ask how much I've lost. I say 3X's because I was snugly fitting in 3X shirts now, and this is a large.
Yeah.
So,
and I'm longing for the day I'm back in a 3X. I saw a picture of me the other day in a 3X. And I'm like, I was still big, but dang, at least the 3X was draping over me and wasn't.
But I swear to you, and I'm not trying to do this on the stream here or anything, but we can get you there.
Well, and I can get there. I mean, I've almost done it so many times, and
and it's a matter of because you probably have what I have, which is that whole when you slip up, you just say screw it.
Back. Yeah, it's the whole spring back thing. Yeah,
and I'm just gonna go nuts because I've had to deprive myself of so much, and that's why I had to go add exercise into it because I would cut myself so low food wise in order to lose weight. That I would have that snapback where I would just be like, I'm gonna have whatever I want. To heck with everything. I'm sick of not having what I want.
Yeah.
And now
the thing that you inspired me to do is to get a bike, and I haven't done that yet. Like that's honestly,
apparently not inspired you very well.
Inspired me enough. Well, here's the thing. I was joking with something like that. I'm like, I've got to lose weight before I can get a bike. That's what's got to happen in my life.
No.
And
well, I started walking. And my wife dragged me out, and I'm not going to take full credit for all that. My wife dragged me out, and our neighborhood is 0.78 miles around. I'm going to shorten that to just 0.8. It's basically 0.8 of a mile around the neighborhood, and we would walk. They were rounding up. That's right. You didn't actually walk 0.8 of a mile, but by the time I would get done with that 0.8 of a mile, I was just like, oh my god, I can't believe it. My shins are killing me, but eventually we worked it up to 2. And then she said, hey, let's get on the bike. Let's do 2 laps around the neighborhood and then ride the bike around for 1 lap. And then, then it was 2 laps. And right now I'm at this point, I'm riding 15 miles a day.
Well, you might as well just take off toward the bridge or something.
Well, no, I do laps around the neighborhood because I don't like riding on the road because I don't want to die.
Right.
And in January, she got me an exercise bike because I inspired Mark all to think about it. That's awesome. That's great. But like she saw me all bundled up one day. Well, you know about my wreck, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So I wrecked on the bike badly.
Yeah.
And
Did you have your helmet on?
No.
Okay. No, I'm glad because when I was telling Haley about it, I'm like, well, I'm not getting a helmet. She's like, you will wear a helmet. I'm like, I went all my life without wearing a bike helmet. I'm not about to start now.
No, but I started after that. Well, here's the thing. I hit my head when I fell on the pavement. I hit my head, and I was like, and in my mind, I'm immediately going, please, as you're falling, because when these things happen, you like think a million things at once.
Sure, yeah.
And then when you replay it, it's all really slow. And one of the things I'm thinking as I'm going down is, please, whatever happens, do not hit my head. Let's not hit my head. And then I'd hit my head on the pavement. And I went, oh, crud. Yeah. And I'm like, and then I start thinking, I'm going to have damage. There's going to be bad damage here. This is, I'm going to, yeah, I'm going
to, I'm cognizant enough to have this conversation.
Yeah.
But I'm convincing myself I'll never be able to do the radio show again.
No.
So can't concentrate long enough.
Oh, so I get down and I finish and like my hands are all gnarled up.
Sure.
From the pavement.
Right.
This arm all the way up here is just blood soaked.
Yeah.
And the same leg straight up the leg. It's just there's no skin.
Yeah.
And neighbor comes over. Huh?
Did you mess up the bike?
Yeah, I did $200 damage to the bike. It took me $200 to get it repaired. And I get up and the neighbor comes over, he sees me and he says, hey, are you okay? Now here's the problem. It wasn't a woman. It was guys. And guys can't be soft around other guys. So he comes over, you okay? Yeah, I'm fine. I'm fine. Now my head is spinning because I just cracked it on the pavement. And, I got no skin on like 2 of my limbs. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm about 75 yards from home. And I'm like, I'm just going to walk it off. But I guess I'm done with my bike ride for today, huh?
Blood's puddling up next
to
you.
No, blood is coming off. And so I start walking, and I'm starting my head's just starting to swim. And I look down at the ground. I'm like, that's a really nice spot. And the next thing I know, I hear my name being called, and I look up, and the guy's standing over me. He's like, you didn't make it. And I'm like, you're right. Let me do this again. So I get up again.
You didn't make it.
No. So I get up again, and I start pushing the bike to the house again, and I'm starting to swim again. I mean, just everything's starting to go. Wow. And next thing I know, he's standing over me again going, hey, you went down again. And I'm like, okay, well, but I was in the street right in front of the house. I'm like, I'll just go right there. I'll get out of the street. And he's like, no, now you're bleeding. Huh?
Scotty in the street.
Yeah. Now, but at that point, I'm bleeding because the second time I went down, I fell, blacked out. I sliced my head open. So they had to call the meat wagon. They came out. And then, of course, they're like, oh, let's make sure his mental acuity's there. Who's the president? I'm like, don't ask me that. Come on, man. And
because I really, at this point, don't know.
Yeah, I didn't. No, I even gave his middle. I guess it's Joseph Robinette Biden.
I mean, it could be. Listen,
no,
the man who won the election was Joseph R. Biden. But the actual president of the United States.
No, I don't.
It may be Jill. It may be Barack again.
No. But yeah, so they hauled me off.
QAnon.
Oh God, please don't start with it. But
I don't know, Scott. I was reading on Telegram the other day and came across some really interesting information.
I'll just tell you, the HBO documentary on QAnon. I don't agree with some of the things they talk about on the HBO documentary, but they do find who the guy is, and he's a fraud and a phony.
Oh yeah,
but
he's a cult leader, man.
This is not the show for it.
It's way off. No, this is not the big
stupid thing.
Anyway,
yeah. So anyway, so the meat wagon came and they took me to the hospital. I got 5 stitches in my forehead and, bandaged up all up and down my hands and my arms and everything. So after that, I did start to wear the helmet. And here's where I'm going with this. About a month later, I am riding down the road and I'm now wearing my helmet. And I am gunning it. I got my head down and I'm just pumping. And all of a sudden, bam, there's a guy who has parked his truck in the middle of the street facing the wrong way. And I ran head first into that pickup truck.
Scott, you got to watch where you're going, man.
Well, you're not supposed to park your truck in the middle of the street. But I flew off, and when I got up, the top of my helmet was scraped. And I hit pretty hard. Yeah. So, yes, if you're going to ride, do wear your helmet. I'm a believer in the helmet at this point.
I refuse.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can leave your guts and brains all over the pavement. That's fine. But what I'm telling you is,
helmet's not going to stop you from leaving your guts all over the pavement if you hit.
No, it's not your guts. No, you're correct.
Right. I'm not wearing my helmet here on my belly.
Well, you may want to think about a belly helmet.
What do they call those? A belly helmet.
Yeah.
For Guado or whatever. Was that the guy's name in Total Recall? Guado?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what his name is. Yeah.
Must protect Guado. Well, look, hey, man, you are an inspiration to us all. And we're all envious of your talent. So, and after today, I'm envious of your blue box. You know, our Lord God tells us do not covet, but I got to admit tonight, I covet a few of those little items in there.
it's kind of some covet going on there. I understand. Yeah. It's fully understandable covet.
A little bit of covetousness.
But on the other thing, I'm telling you, if we can get you there.
Well, I need to do it myself. You know what I mean?
You do. Yes. You have to decide you're going to do it. I can't make you do it. And you have to decide you're going to stick with it. And you have to decide you're going to make it about you're going to live it.
Right. That's right. Can't be casual.
No, you got to live it.
That's how it's worked every other time I've done anything, like it's been a change and then you let something knock you off. And really the one time where I lost so much weight, it was a gradual return. Like I didn't really bounce back hardcore. It was just kind of a gradual coming back.
Yeah, and that's the thing about lifestyle change. You still have to do it. You have
Yep.
to just keep doing it. And and I will just tell you this. And I was thinking about this earlier today. And this is just I'm 51 now, and I regret. I've been thinking about this. I don't have a lot of regrets in life, but I regret not doing this sooner.
Yeah.
I really do.
Yeah.
I think I could have been better for my kids. I think I could have been. I think I could have had more fun doing more things. I wouldn't have been embarrassed to have to get off the freaking roller coaster at Dollywood because I didn't fit on it.
Well, see, that's my thing. Is like I want to get back on roller coasters. I love roller coasters and haven't fit in one for ages. So.
Well, and I'll just tell you this: when you get older, you don't like roller coasters as much because it does different things to your body. So,
well,
while you still can,
it depends on the roller coaster for sure. Yeah. So,
well, we both, wife and I, last year did that Velocicoaster at Universal, and we're like, okay, great, we did it. We can say we did it. Never doing it again.
Yeah.
Done. So that's kind of where we are at this point. But I'll let you do your thing because you got to wrap up.
Yeah, I'm just wrapping up because you got to go to bed, man. You got early morning in the morning.
I do, but I'm having fun.
Well, I've got an early morning too, so that's fine. So want to thank everyone for joining us, of course, and of course the details. Email the show at geekoutonline@gmail.com. We'd love to hear from you. I never think about telling people to like and subscribe, so I guess do all that stuff as well, and ring the bell for notifications. I guess I don't know. Tell your friends about us. We got Cantina material that's here on the channel and everything else, where our good friend Lucas over at Chewy's Cantina on Facebook is they're doing something on a regular basis and it gets posted here. So a lot of great conversations, fun sales, some fun toys to look at there. And I am working on getting an area cleared out where I can go back to kind of having a lighted area and a second camera where I can do some fun stuff with that. So yeah. So it's a good time because like tonight, man, I just love. The thing is I still have a love for that Kenner vintage Star Wars line.
Oh yeah.
Like it, and I never wanted to be one of those guys that was like, Kenner was so superior. Kenner was so superior. But I'll tell you this: a cave with some foam to mimic a swamp where R2 can sink, and two little plastic prongs to make things go up and down and float, and a couple little what is that guy?
That's Lucifer.
Oh, from Battlestar?
By your command. Yeah.
Okay. Better than a $230 accessory bag from Hasbro today. Is the big about play set. And so, like I say, I never want to be one of those guys, but I'm slowly becoming that because of the quality and stuff of what's being put out there today and the price. And it's just like, man, it still gets me jazzed up to do that stuff. And so I said, I'm excited. Let's get on and do some of that stuff. That's from the micro collection there. I know. So, so I want to thank everyone for joining us. geekoutonline@gmail.com. We've got a Facebook group over at Guardians of the Golaverse. You can get there by going to geekoutonline.com/group. We have a great group of Patreon supporters. I appreciate everyone who supports us over at Patreon. You are a great group of people, and I appreciate all that you do to keep the channel going. I do have a confession to make at this time. Coming to Patreon sooner than later. Our good friend Dave Jones and I will be watching a movie, and since it's the 20th anniversary, I'm going to be cheating on Scott and Shaz, and we're going to be watching Attack of the Clones. I know, but we'll do it again. We'll do it again because I want to do all the movies with you guys, as we've kind of talked about and bannered about in there. So,
is this your list of Patreon supporters?
This is our Patreon supporters here that I'm pulling.
I saw. Okay, Lord Ryfun. Okay,
Lord Ryfun. Yeah, I put Lord
looking for me and I didn't see me.
No, okay. Scott Lord Ryfun. So that's like if G-Man were on there, it would be I'm Garrison Ryfun.
Oh, you know what this is? Here's something cool for you.
Let me get back to my proper window and see what we got going there. I can't tell what that's a head.
It's a 3 3/4 scale. Hang on. It's a 3 3/4 scale chilled monkey brains.
Oh, nice. Is that
Ryan sculpted that.
Okay, I was going to say, is that a
And
custom thing? That's awesome.
Perfect. It is perfect.
That is awesome. So, well, everyone, thanks so much for stopping by. Scott's going to keep throwing things up into the camera here, and if I'm not careful, we're just going to keep going. So, wait, you are all supposed to do bad movies. I know we are, but we also, Dave comes on and he wants to do underappreciated movies. So we're going to do Attack of the Clones. Also, it's the 20th anniversary. Also, the 20th anniversary this month of the original Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire.
Yep.
So
yeah, tomorrow I think.
Yeah, so that's I don't know. Didn't it come? Yes, it did come out before Attack of the Clones, didn't it?
Yeah, because it made Attack of the Clones look bad. Yeah.
I remember there was a joke on one of the late night shows where they're doing Dear such and such, and it was Dear Spider-Man. Thanks for being so awesome. Sorry that Star Wars is going to take away all your steam in a few weeks, that kind of thing. But
whoops.
Yeah. Well, I think Star Wars came out and was #1 at the box office. Hey, does that Cobra Commander? Let me hold on.
That's the mail away.
Right. I need you to get up in the camera and get your hand behind him. Get him to. I'm trying to see his Cobra emblem better. Does he have the Mickey Mouse ear Cobra emblem? Where it will basically have 2 bumps for the eyes.
2 bumps for the eyes.
On top
at the top, head. Yeah. At the top, yeah.
I think that's a significant piece.
Really?
They call it the Mickey Mouse Cobra Commander, I think. Hold on, let me. That's the one everybody likes.
Here's the mail away. I got him. I just mailed away and got him.
Let me see. Hold on, let me.
I was just throwing stuff up so that, while you were talking to.
I understand, but Scott, I'm ADD. That I can't live this life where you're throwing stuff up there. And is this what we're looking at there?
Yeah. Well.
Hold on.
Hang on. What's the other one look like? Because he's got 2 bumps at the top.
Okay. Hold on.
No, I'd say he's more the top one.
Okay, hold on a second here.
Yeah, I'd say he's more the one on the left than the one on the right.
Okay, well, all right. Then the one on the right is the one that's apparently the more valuable because it looks like Mickey Mouse ears.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I think mine's more the one on the left. Far more.
I mean, what do I know? I don't know Joe now the way that a lot of people do. So, but anyway, anything else?
Get out of the show now whenever you're ready.
I'm just seeing. Send Steve a pic of the CC in the message thread.
That's Captain Eagle from Eagle Force, by the way.
That's the little. Yeah, it's the 2.5-inch line you were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
So I'm working on Joe stands that have their symbols on like the Star Wars one. I just need to find some figures to test fit them. Beater Joe should be pretty easy to find. That is another mic stand.
Yep.
For Droopy.
Yep. That's for Droopy. Yeah, exactly.
Because he has his clarinet going. All right, everyone. We're moving away now from this. I'm going to gonna end this bad boy if I can figure out how to. If I can figure out what I want to do here. There we go. There's that coming over here this way. Scott, thanks so much. Everyone else, we'll see you next time. We're around. Thanks for hanging with us. We'll catch you on the next Geek Out Loud. See you, everybody.
Bye.